Hi, Devlin here, and welcome to Misunderstood Movies. Before we begin, I remind people this is my opinion and belief. You can disagree with me, and please comment if you do or don't in the comment section below, but please be nice about it. We're all movie fans here, and that's what truly is important. So be respectful to all. Today I look at The Case of Pearl Harbor, directed by Michael Bay, starring Ben Affleck, Kate Beckinsale, Josh Hartnett, and Cuba Gooding Jr. The screenplay was written by Randall Wallace. What people expected was a romantic love story set to the backdrop of a major historical event to cash in on the success of Titanic. What they got was exactly that. But for some reason, people turned up their noses at the film, becoming the brunt of many people's jokes and hatred. To call Pearl Harbor misunderstood is rather odd, since it was a huge box office success. But the misunderstanding part comes in the form of how people turn their back on it so quickly, calling it fluff and a Titanic ripoff. The actual battle sequence still get praised, but the love story gets trashed and called filler. Ben Affleck and Kate Beckinsale were hot at that time, and Josh Hartnett was poised to be the next big thing. And the supporting cast is filled with lots of notable talent and names. They all do their jobs and do wonders with the script they were given. I often wonder if it has a lot to do with it being directed by Michael Bay, who was starting to get noticed more for his pyrotechnic explosion films than his more subdued story pictures. Some have also suggested that Pearl Harbor wasn't an appropriate setting for a romantic movie. As a movie fan, I know many romance films have been set in unusual times in history, without as much backlash as Pearl Harbor gets. Titanic also has its share of problems, but fans often overlook them and defend them. Titanic went on to win the Oscar for Best Film, and I think Pearl Harbor succeeds more than Titanic does, in my opinion. I get a lot of flack for loving Pearl Harbor, but I stand my ground. I believe it is a much better film than Titanic. The love story, even with an awkward triangle, has more passion than that of Kate and Leo's exploits, where Billy Zane's character has to be made more villainous as it goes on because the writers don't believe the main love story is strong enough on its own. Whereas the trio of Ben, Kate, and Josh, they're victims of circumstance, and the love they all share for one another is very clear. I also think the action sequences are more solid and hold up better than Titanic's. The soundtrack is awesome, and the Faith Hill song is just amazing. I believe this is a true love letter not only to those who fought in World War II, but to the romances that happened at a very difficult time. Since so many people went out to see it, there has to be more defenders of this film than just me. Now let me know what you thought in the comments, and let's have a conversation about this film. Are you one of those who thought it was an abomination of such an important historical event? Or are you like me and consider Pearl Harbor a misunderstood movie?